Let's look at the settings for a read aloud activity. At the top of the page we have the title and the description. The description is purely for reference only, it's not shown to students. Beneath that we have a time limit, which in this case is 1 minute, and that's the default. It is possible to have no time limit and allow the student to finish the activity when they are ready. The reading passage is simply a passage of text. Don't put colours or images or different fonts or anything like that in here. And beneath that we have alternatives. Alternatives are a way of mitigating for machine transcription errors. So you can specify alternative correct words, correct transcriptions for a particular word. In this case we have the word or the number 10, which if transcribed as the word 10, T-E-N, will be marked correct. And the word Yeti, anything in place of the word Yeti would be marked correct. Where we have snowman, it will also mark snowmen as correct, because this would be a fairly easy mistake for the machine transcription to make. Then we have the welcome message. This is what is shown to students above the audio recorder buttons, or the start activity button. So you might want to customize what you see here to something that's appropriate for your text or for your students. And then we have the feedback text. This is what is shown to students after they have recorded. Then we have the target WPM, target words per minute, and it is against this that the grade is calculated. So should a student achieve a score of 100 words per minute, in this case they would receive 100%. If we set the target WPM to a number that's less than 100, then some fraction of that would be determined to find out the user's score. Can exit early is, as we mentioned, the ability to show a button to allow the students to finish the activity before the time limit is up. Read aloud can use machine transcription to transcribe a user's audio, and if this box is checked, then machine transcription will be used. One thing to note is that the language which is used in transcription can only be English US or Spanish US. And one further thing to note is that the AWS region must be US East, Sydney, Australia, or Dublin, Ireland. Tokyo, Japan will not work for transcription. Machine transcription is not perfect, and we have a feature in Read Aloud called error estimation, and this allows us to compensate for machine transcription errors. Machine transcription will create false negatives, which is to say it will mark students' reading or words as incorrect at times when those words were in fact spoken correctly. So using error estimation, we can adjust the scores from the students' results to provide some mitigation against those errors, machine transcription errors. If set to auto, then the rate of error estimation, the error estimate, will be determined by the difference between the human evaluated grades and the machine evaluation for the same attempts. Evaluation display settings allow us to customize how a student's results are displayed to them. The options are nothing, in which case we won't show them their scores or any of the errors or words that were marked as incorrect. The evaluation scores simply shows the student their scores, but not the words which were incorrect. And the scores and the errors shows them both the scores and their errors, the words that were not spoken or were not spoken correctly, marked up on the passage. We can specify a different evaluation display method for human and a different one for machine. Days to keep the file shows how long we want to keep the user's audio file in storage on Cloud Poodle. By default this number is 365, but you can specify between 1 and 730 or simply never expire. The grade settings are common to most Moodle activities. The interesting setting we have here is the machine grade. Because Read Aloud has machine evaluations, it is possible to push the machine evaluated grades to the Moodle gradebook. The default setting is to not use machine evaluation for grading and simply use it as hints for the teacher to speed up their own grading. But if we use machine evaluation for grading, we can set that here, and then later we must go to the correct page on the activity to push those grades to the Moodle gradebook.